guys, it's JC's Reborn Journey here. So I am here at lunchtime, just doing a really quick video. I just can't believe how much of a change by buying fruits and vegetables, how long they last. Today I went and bought a couple more of these. So all I needed were these, and they made a mistake on my receipt. I caught it and we got our money back, and with that money we had gone to another store because that's the only store that carries this particular thing, and I found fish on sale, so that's what we're having for dinner tonight. We don't usually buy fresh fish. I was actually looking in that area because sometimes you can find some things on clearance for like $1 something. So I was just seeing what I could find maybe for Dennis as a treat for dinner. Sometimes it makes it easier to make something nice. But I actually found something for the both of us. So we're actually having, I think it's like Alaskan cod or something like that. I forget. But anyways, not sure what it is. But I got like 1.5 pounds of that, which is I think gonna be for more than one dinner, which is great. But I wanted to show you what I was having for lunch today. So Dennis and I, instead of making breakfast, we were out and about. So we went out for breakfast, but we didn't really have a lot of money to spend on breakfast, and because we're on a diet, we really didn't want us both to eat a lot. So I had French toast, and I had just 1.5, and then I gave him my other half, and then he just had like, it was like 1 egg, one sausage, a little bit of home fries, and 1 toast. So it was actually pretty decent, and it was like $3.50, so it wasn't too bad. And he had a cup of coffee, and he and I ended up having a soda, but I didn't finish it at all, and that was my soda for the day. So now I'm actually having a tea. So this is a big cup of tea. I didn't finish doing anything in it, but because I still can't get my voice back, someone recommended honey, and lemon, but I haven't gotten the lemon yet. So we're gonna try the tea and see how that works. I mean, the honey, and do some tea. I have this for lunch. We have a nice salad for lunch. This has the chicken, and what else does it have? A little bit of cheese. So I'm getting some and lettuce. And then over here I have some fruit and some, we bought some shrimp. And that's the other thing that I thought that was really cool, is by buying fruit and vegetables, you're actually able to, and not buying all that processed food and junk food. Like, I really didn't buy any junk food, any soda, any nothing. I'm actually able to buy like really good. I found them on sale. There was one for $6.99 and one for $5.99, and the one for $5.99, I've never eaten them. I wasn't really sure if I liked them. And I've eaten the ones that were $6.99, so we ended up getting 1 pound. I think they were a little bit over 1 pound. It was okay. But the cool thing about getting a thing of shrimp, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what I mean by food management. So, this shrimp here, and you gotta remember, shrimp probably only stays good for up to 5 days, maybe a little more, a little less. So I come home and I wash my shrimp as best I can to get all that slimy stuff off, and then I put it in a separate container. Like, I don't keep it in that bag that it comes in or whatever. So this is the shrimp. Okay, as you can see, there's a pretty good amount of shrimp in there, right? And there's 5 here. I put probably ate 5 the other night, and I probably put about let's just say 5 or 6, maybe 7 in his thing. So that's really what food management is. We're not sitting there just going, oh, you don't do that, okay? Food management is important. So I made like a low sodium with no tomato sauce, a lot of vegetables. I added a little bit of this. I had some chicken in it. I added some spices and some angel hair pasta, and he really liked it. It's not for me just because I don't like vegetables and stuff like that. I would have probably liked it if maybe I added something different. You add just a tiny bit of butter just to give it a little bit of flavor, but for the most part you don't put any butter in there, because obviously the more butter you put in there, the more salt you're putting in there. But you gotta put a little bit just to give it a little bit of texture or flavor or whatever. But I put tomatoes in there, and tomatoes with the juice really gives it texture. And I'll show you what it came out to look like, so you know what I'm talking about here. Now, I just made this up in my head, but it literally looks pretty good there. So there's like really low sodium, and I weighed the pasta as a 2-ounce pasta. Made 2 ounces, that was it. And he's still working on the 2 ounces. So I suggest never making a whole thing of pasta ever again, because your pasta will last so much longer now. And never make pasta as your main course anymore. Use pasta as your side dish, because that's a perfect side dish. It's low sodium, and then you could add like a piece of chicken with some vegetables, because even though that thing has vegetables in there, you can still add some carrots on the side. Or what I did was we added the Brussels sprouts, because he's loving the Brussels sprouts, and I'm happy to buy them for him. And food management is so important. Like, for example, when I go to get the fruit, I'm usually eating about I put 3 of these on my plate, but I usually put about 5, so it usually depends. Usually at nighttime, when I start getting the munchies, that's when I have no problem just going like this with the fruit, because I can only eat so many because they're citric acid, and when you just have gums, you can only eat so many. So I'm okay with just going like this and having like a few, because you'll only end up eating 6, maybe 7 if you're lucky. So I have no problem with that. But I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about my lunch and how we're doing. We're doing really great. He's really enjoying some different foods that I'm making, and they're low sodium, so we're really excited. If anybody wants, I really can't do like recipe things, but I can tell you like the stuff I put in that dish, so it makes it easier for you to know what I seasoned it with and everything like that, and I can at least tell you about that. I also made a really nice soup. He says it's okay, but then you can add your own little quirks to it. It had tomatoes and different kinds of, all different vegetables, and instead of adding salts, there's other stuff to do that might be better. And I'm telling you, this food's gonna last us probably for the rest of this month, because our refrigerator keeps things so cold, and now we just have to eat it. So I will talk to you guys later. I hope you guys have a good night. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.